Wow, we have a lot to talk about today, and I'm excited that you guys are back on the channel. I took a few days doing some stuff in the background, but I have some crazy news for you guys today, some breaking news on the Trump blockade of the Strait, actually what's happening with the SPY. We are 2% from all-time highs, which is crazy considering all the bad news that we've received. And ultimately, two of my stocks that I'm currently looking at doing some trades on this week, plus one extra bonus stock towards the end. So we're going to discuss all that today, as well as we have some very important news on the actual inflation data month over month. So let's get into that first. And by the way, if you guys like these videos, make sure to give it a like and a subscribe. Huge boost to the channel, and I really appreciate it. So make sure to actually hit that subscribe button right down below. So the stock market is about 2% from all-time highs. And if we actually look at the S&P 500 here, the SPY, you can see it had a large gap up, very large gap up from the 667 range, as you can see here. And then we had a large build up essentially towards the 680 range nearly. Yeah, just right there, about 675. And then you can see here, we had some consolidation, which is really good because it broke negative momentum, which is really, really exciting for the SPY. And also good news, as you can see, we were on a downtrend for just over a month, potentially a little bit bigger, but we had a lot of consolidation right here in the new year. So very, very exciting. If we look at the 5-day chart, we had a gap up, a good support level. Now, let's look at the factors that might happen this week coming up, because we had some really good predictions from Tom Lee, which said the bottom of the market is already in, but we might not officially see that until all the AI has settled in the dust and we see how that affects software companies and this new blockade on the Strait. So if you guys don't know, essentially Trump came out today and announced that there's going to be a blockade on the actual Strait of Hormuz, and we're going to see how this affects oil prices, which we know will affect the market price of these companies. Because when high income earners spend less money due to fear, which is what we're seeing right now, high income earners are worried about gas prices. They're worried about inflation on their products, because whenever there's higher gas, that means that companies have to raise the price of items, and then it goes all the way down the supply chain, all the way to the consumer. So we're going to see how this actually works out in the market. But something that's super interesting that's happening with the Strait of Hormuz is Trump has announced he's going to block the Strait of Hormuz, and he's going to prevent ships such as ships from China that are paying a toll to the IRGC. They're going to prevent those ships from coming through. And this is a huge escalation in the actual market condition, specifically with crude oil, because how is this going to affect your companies that you own in your portfolio when consumers spend less? Because now there's an escalation in the Middle East with China. Now, the real question here is the US really going to board these ships? How is that blockade going to happen? Like, they're going up against China now, which is a huge escalation in the market. And we're going to see this week if we see a break in that support level. So now back to the charts here. We had a good consolidation. It was going in a good way. There was negotiations. There was a ceasefire happening. And now we're going to see on Monday how this actually turns out. Now, I think this can go one of two ways. I think we can hold at a similar support. So we might see it drop down from the 680s to maybe the 670 range, maybe low 670s, or we can see it gap back down to around the 660 range. So go right back down to where it was last week. Either way, I think there's some positives to this, because this was a very strong support that we actually saw last week. It broke that negative downtrend and it started establishing a new support level. So if we go back down to that support level, I don't think that's necessarily too bad. If we go below that support level, that's when I think we can see some problems popping up. Now, right now, as of the time of recording this video, so this is Sunday, April 12th. It's actually pretty late that I'm recording this video, but I want to get this out to you guys because if we see it come back down, I don't think that's the worst thing ever, especially with how bad of the news that's come out this weekend over the blockade of the Hormuz Strait and all that good stuff. But what are the things that Tom Lee has said in the market is he has come out and he has said the bottom is in. Now, if we look at that from like a holistic view and approach, okay, so he's saying 630 is the bottom, okay? But the issue with that is we aren't factoring in all the losses in the software space. We're seeing just a little bit not of a full picture here, because if we see the S&P 500 gap back down to 660, that means we're not too far from potentially bouncing off that bottom again or testing that and potentially breaking that support level. So we'll have to see as the escalation rises this week. But I'm going to share with you guys two of my favorite stocks that I am actually keeping an eye on this week and some plays to look out for. So First one is Nibius. So this is one where we've seen tremendous growth, especially over the past 5 days here. Some really, really good gapping up and support. So this is one that last week I did purchase a little bit of it, and I made a video on this about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and I was buying heavy. So if you guys like that content, make sure to obviously subscribe, because I put a lot of time into making sure I can come up with these videos and find the best stocks for you guys to buy. So NBIS is one that you have to look out for. I think this is a position, as long as we break the 150 range and really keep a support level there, I think this is a fantastic position to keep buying. Now, at this point, we could see a little bit of selling pressure going on in Nibius, because it has gapped up quite a bit over the past month. Really positive sentiment. We had a little drop here, but all in all, over the past 2 weeks, some good momentum in the stock. Now, we could also see this plateauing or maybe dipping a little bit below, but either way, I still think this is a fantastic buy and a good hold going into our current market environment. Now, the next company that we're going to discuss, and this is really an important company because it actually integrates in a lot what's happening in the market. This company has had some severe selling pressure and a lot of negative momentum. But you have to consider, and before I tell you the company name, this company is integrated with US government contracts, with Palantir contracts, with AI integrations, and with the actual software and data centers behind the scenes with cloud computing. So there's a lot of important factors with this company. So let me pull it up here, and it is Microsoft. So Microsoft has been getting absolutely destroyed pretty heavily, actually. So let's look at it here. So it's basically gone below where it was last year at the tariff tantrum, so April 8th, which is pretty crazy. What I think is a really, really, really good time to buy is right now. And I've been buying Microsoft as it's been going down, because I'm very, very solid on the fundamentals of the company, of its company, where it's going with AI, and also how good of a price it is right now in its valuation. Now, if this company didn't have so many integrations with Palantir and the government, I would say, yeah, like maybe we think twice about this. But because of how integrated it is into these different softwares and systems, this is an absolute buy right now, especially on the way down, dollar cost averaging. A lot of people are going to give me hate for this and say, oh, there's much better opportunities. It doesn't get much better than this. Even Palantir, obviously Palantir is having a little crash, and I'll make a video on that if you guys would like. But buying a company on the way down is definitely a good idea, as long as it has strong fundamentals and its other different manipulation tactics or just overall fear around a sector. And that is what we're seeing right now. It does not mean that Microsoft is a bad company necessarily. It just means we're seeing lots of downward pressure, and that doesn't necessarily reflect the actual company. It could just be negative sentiment. So in this type of market that we're seeing, especially going into earnings this week, we have several major players of earnings. Starting off the week, Goldman Sachs tomorrow on Monday. We have Netflix later in the week. I believe that's on Thursday or Wednesday. Don't let these big events shake you out of your positions. Think in your mind that business goes on as normal. In World War II, business went on as normal. Yes, lots and lots of men and women fought in a war that was worldwide, but there were still people working in grocery stores operating the business. There were still people working in banks operating the banking sector. There were still people in the government operating the government. The world goes on as normal. When we adjust to bad news, it becomes normal. We saw the same thing happen in COVID. When the world shut down, there was a lot of fears. And then slowly we just started adjusting to it as the new normal. Things started to go back to normal, came out with different solutions and vaccines. And whether you believe in it or not, doesn't matter, but things started going back to a new normal. And with companies that had good, strong fundamentals, they went up over time and they did fantastic. So that's what I want you to remember going into this week. Regardless if we see a dramatic downward spike on Monday, or if we see a really, really good support level continue and maybe a little bit extra, or maybe we see it bounce down and then go back up, we need to look at the fundamentals of these companies and make sure we're investing in good, strong, solid companies. Now, another thing that's to consider in this market is the actual CPI inflation data. Last week, we got to see that in March, month over month, there was a large growth in the CPI inflation data. So that might be something that does hinder on the markets a little bit. But make sure to subscribe to the channel, stay up to date on all my positions, all the stocks. I want you guys to do well, and I want to see you guys absolutely crush it, even when the market is low or experiencing some extra turmoil than usual. So with that being said, make sure to subscribe and we will see you guys on the next video. Thanks.